All right. I don't know how to start out this thing, but we will just start it out. Welcome to the program. And
Hi
we
there, this is Bryony from Alan Drone Productions. I was
are going to be testing out cars inside of GTA 5. We've changed our original focus. It's not that we're going to be completely serious here, because occasionally we're going to test other cars. But we did decide to become more informational, as you can say. To that regard, we have a number of test tracks, and we are going to today test out both the Vigero and the Taipan around some of them. Obviously not the dirt track. They are not that. We have already done some preliminary testing on the main track. And I tried to get the main track to be approximately 8 minutes long. It goes through a little bit of everything. Dirt, twisty roads, straight line courses, city streets, and we do the test track though with traffic on, because we also want to test how well we navigate through traffic. And with that, let's get to the first of our cars. The high-speed test route, or the high-shift test route. Yeah, I remember that. High shift, high speed. I knew I would forget to do something. I should have plenty of time to do it here. So let me switch the... Does not like to do this. Show main text. That's good. I don't know if we're going to get to a third one, and if we do, I don't know what the third one will be. All right, time of day. I've made the other ones all, so it's just plug in. We do this on noon. We do it clouds. Traffic is default. And that should be it. Now all I have to do is pick the car. In this case, we're going with the Vigero. Now the Vigero is a muscle car, kind of an older classic muscle car built by the class. Even though I have several other of the cars, usually the Vigero is my go-to because it just tends to have better handling characteristics when I can do it. I've noticed that jump has been really hard. This is really going to ruin its time. All the traffic is not helping today. Usually I don't have such squirreliness with the Vigero. I don't know why I did right there, but I did, and it goes on its time. Traffic is not friendly. I found that a little bit of a lift there helps keep any car planted, unless you have a car with crazy insane traction. The Vigero has okay traction for an older muscle car, but not crazy insane levels. Whoa! Now remember the rules of the test track. If I spin a car completely around due to an accident, or if the car comes to a complete stop during an accident, I reset. I will also reset in the case of pilot error results in a car coming to a full stop after leaving the course. Traffic right there is really always going to be whether or not you're going to have a good lap or a bad lap. That corner, when it's clear, is fast when it's plugged up, and it looks like the Vigero is getting really bad luck with this. When it's plugged up, it's just, you gotta just slow down and go straight through. You cannot, you either gotta slow down and make a hard right, or slow down and make a sweeping right. Decide if you get lucky, you can, it doesn't matter which side of the road you stay on. And like I said, this is more about luck than it is about solely about the car's performance. And we did that just to see if we get any surprises. Also, as we go through the cars again and maybe design other tracks and challenges for them, maybe we'll see on the main track if a car has a certain amount of random seating that gives it its luck. Because I have my suspicions about this. I have my suspicions about this on every game. I think every game that game designers put in loaded luck. Well, we've completed the street course and the street portion, the high-speed street portion, and in all honesty, the Vigero comes off. Whoa! And that's a reset. I get to take the checkpoint, but that's a reset. I came to a complete stop. This is another place where luck plays a huge role in your lap time because the traffic can just be cruel on those side streets. The Vigero doing the high speed part of this did okay. Some of the fastest muscle cars out there. But now we're getting to the sweepy Grand Toury part of this. And in all honesty, this is where the Vigero kind of shines if it doesn't get trapped by traffic. The Vigero, like a lot of muscle cars, does okay with big sweepy turns. Doesn't like the sharper hairpins or whatnot, but big sweepy turns, they kind of just eats up. And in all honesty, the Vigero with its stiffer suspension does it better than just about anybody else. The Saber tends to kick out a bit. The Ruiner could be just quite squirrely. And the Dominator, well, Lord only knows what the Dominator will do. Now, muscle cars tend to be a bit of a mixed bag on dirt, but oddly enough, the older ones tend to handle it better than the newer ones. You know, the Saber Turbo is far better than the Ruiner, per se. The Vigero seems to be like that middle sweet spot. It doesn't do anything like the best, but it does do everything adequate. If you just need to take one other person riding shotgun, you can do worse than the Vigero. See, the Saber would have jumped the entire road right there, not because of speed, but just because it's just so heavy. The Vigero is not as light as the Ruiner, so it still stays relatively planted. The Ruiner's problem is usually with bumps. It's so light, off into the stratosphere it will go if you give it half a chance. The Vigero is, like I said, that nice all-rounder. He's not going to lead the league in runs or blocks or anything, any offensive or defensive stat. But he's not going to be the last in the league either. He's going to be there for when you need. He's going to be clutch. He's going to be always there. It's like he might only get like 2 catches a game. If it was a football player, he'd only get 2 catches. But boy, both those catches would be like a clutch first down and maybe the game-winning touchdown. Because he's always there. And he's just quiet enough that every now and then people forget about him. Sure, there are far flashier cars than this. But the Vigero gets it done, does it with, as Clint Eastwood once put it, showing a sense of style. I always take that corner a little close. I'm sure it costs me time rather than gives me time. You tell that by the little bloop up. But, you know, I always like to ride close to the apex. Sometimes I go a little over. A much better turn than the other. See, I always think that one's a little bit smoother too. With a dedicated dirt vehicle, you can get away with that. I probably shouldn't be trying that. It should be going, you see, that's a lot better. Probably got a little bit too much of a kick out. Alright, so the Vigero's time is 8:02.454. Oh, I should have turned about test times. Go into free mode and I'll turn off the test time so they're not blocking the. Yes, I know, bounty. Yeah, I'm in a solo mode, I don't care. Somebody just wasted $7,000. Alright, so now we are going to go with the Vigero. We are going to run it on a couple of the routes. And in this case, we have 4 routes. We have the Grand Tour. We have the street circuit. And the dirt track and the freeway track. Now, usually I'm only going to do 2, and then maybe we'll come back for 2 later. So today we're going to run the Vigero on, I think, the Grand Tour and the street circuit. Because I think that it's more of a racy car than a freeway cruiser. So we will try the street. We will find out its time on the street circuit first. I'm going to switch the card. Okay, we do this 2 laps, and everything else is set. There is no traffic on this one. This is purely a test of both my driving ability and the car. And we're going to take a little bit of luck out of the way. We've got the mighty Vigero. Our street circuit is in South Central Los Santos. Forget if you turn. I think you can turn off the pedestrians, but I just choose not to. That just kind of provides more excitement when I mess up. A little bit of let off on that first corner because there's a little bit of a lift. Just a little bit of a bounce. I love these high-speed corners. Just a little, just a touch off the lift. Down Grove Street for life. Brake into a little bit of an S-turn. Out across the tracks, I removed all the street furniture from that because there was a lot of street furniture. And then down the dockyard side. I like taking this with a little bit of a lift through the street furniture into the alleyway. and along the main canal. We've got a perilous turn. I was thinking about removing that signal, but I decided not to because I ran out of both things to remove, and it never really gets in the way, surprisingly enough. Past the hospital. A close-in turn. We got a crossover. There is no both sides of the street here. Because we need this turn. We want this turn to be closer. And back along the main stretch. Now for lap 2. Everything with more inertia at the beginning. We'll just scrub that inertia. Ooh, we got a little bit more. A little more brave. Punch down Grove. Gotta go fast down Grove Street. It's Bala territory now, ain't it? Uh-huh. Those bumps might challenge a different car, but the Vigero handles it nicely. The big soft suspension in this case comes in handy. The long traverse keeps the wheels on the ground. Put a little bit more cha-cha-cha into it, so we'll take a wider spin. You still have to come off a little with the Vigero because its mighty weight does shift. Came in that turn a little hot, but the Vigero is handles it quite nicely. With the Saber, I was always trying to have to kick the back out to make those turns, and then really punch it and try to use the Saber's power to get me out of trouble. The Vigero handles it in a little different way. There's still power helping, but the front wheels aren't totally useless either, which sometimes happens with the Saber. Sometimes you drive the Saber by flipping it around or flicking it around too much. And we now have a time for the Vigero on the street circuit, which is 404 or 482. A lot of fours, wasn't it? All right, we will continue. And now we will go back to free mode, and we will set up on the Grand Tour circuit. Because surprisingly enough, a lot of the times these big muscle cars, because of their high power and relatively soft suspensions, actually kind of handle a soft sweeping course better than you think they would. Now this course is going to have a couple of turns that's really going to challenge the Vigero. Class is muscle. Everything is at noon with the clouds. Just a little street furniture removed. A couple of the lights. A couple of lights just kind of made it awkward. If you messed up, then it was a reset rather than just an overrun. So I took them out. We've gotten through the first technical part of the course. Now we're in the big sweepy way. I did put that turn intentionally that far out. No cutting corners here. These big sweeping turns, just love these big American muscle cars from Vapid into class. This is a fast corner if you get it right. Whoosh! And that's, you got a lift there for most muscle cars just because there's a little bit of a bump and it's a little tighter than you think. It's really easy to go into that guardrail. Now a turn that the Vigero's not going to like is this hairpin. Oh, hard on the brake. Now you can go through there, but I find it very difficult to do so consistently with the bigger cars. If I was in a GB200, I would have totally aimed for that. But we are in the big Vigero. It's not quite as wide as a Sabre, but it's probably the thinnest of all the muscle cars. Maybe the Ruiner's a little small. Trying to keep her tight in that first turn. Go out a little wide. Some brakes. Avoid the light. Hard on the gas. We came in that way too close. We should have gone out wider. Little two-wheel action there, though. Gotta bring some excitement to the stream, right? Okay, we're now down onto the first sweeping set of turns. Ending in that really hard checkout tag. Cut that corner. Keep it mostly on the pavement. Oh, we got the back end out. So it didn't quite do it as nice as I did on the first. I was going for a little more, though. I was going for a little more. Just brake it a little to help turn it around. Get on the power. Sweep wide. Go in close. Get set up for that fast turn. Oh, went in way too wide. Went in way too wide. I didn't bring it in. I let the Vigero down right there, guys. I had it all set up. Didn't go in soon enough. Let the Vigero down. This is going to be our first time on the leaderboard for both the street circuit and the Grand Touring circuit. Boy, really this second lap I am letting the car down. Way too early with the brake there. We'll take the cut then. We'll take the cut. And save ourselves a couple of seconds. The Vigero won't let me down, right? These turns are fun right up here. Let the apex go in, set up for the next turn, cut in early. Should be able to, it's almost like a straight line. Alright, what is our time for the Grand Tour? 4:15.374. 4:15.374. Right. We don't know what that really means because we have nothing compared to, unlike the test track. The test track, I kind of think I let the Vigero down, combined with a little bit of some bad luck. 802 compared to the Sabre Turbo. I don't know. I just think that the Vigero should have been faster. I think that was more me than the Vigero. But that's sometimes how it goes. So now we'll climb into the Taipan. All these are base. I haven't modified the Vigero except for, you know, there's some cosmetic work I did because I did keep the Vigero. Sorry. So the high shift test route. Yep. And we are going to test the Taipan. It says we're a big shot. I find a lot of people were mentioning the snake Taipan, but you know, there's the old expression in Hong Kong of the Taipans. And I figured if you can afford a Taipan, that must make you a big shot. It is a supercar. Well, we got through that a lot better than we did with the Vigero. But now this narrow section, will this hurt the Taipan? I might have to lift a bit. The Taipan is a very, 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 very wide car. Let's sneak through there, but we didn't make it. We didn't make it. Respawn. That traffic right there is horrible, horrible, horrible. But now we have the long straight. But traffic can certainly make us pay a price here. Cross traffic's hard. You gotta move side to side to avoid the cars on the street. We got a little bit lucky here. We don't have anybody waiting in the turn lane, so we don't have to take the wide turn. We do have to there. Somebody pulled into the turn lane. That'll cost us a couple tenths of a second. But down, powering down through downtown Los Santos. Big wide sweepy turn. Oh, we are going to get lucky. We're going to take the inside. We're going to get... Oh, that was much better than the Vigero. That's going to save a second. Carrying the speed. There's a bit of a lift. Hammer down. Nobody waiting for us there. Whoa, that big truck could have, like, if he was closer, could have totally ruined our time. Heading over to the turns. Trying to keep it on the pavement. This doesn't have a large suspension traverse, so we kind of have to keep it on the tarmac. Ooh, we changed lanes. We're going to go inside. Whoa! Like the Australian, snaking our way through the Taipan. Woohoo! I think we did get a little bit clipped, but not so bad for a reset. Just a little scratchy scratch. Wave the Infernus goodbye as we move up to our hairpin turn. Somebody on the inside can't take it super tight. Powering it into the Grand Touring section. And all of these evil, evil, evil side streets. Now I know GTA has a spawning system which says, hey, you're coming up to a cross street. Wouldn't it just ruin your day if, bang! Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Yeah, that would have been bad. Kind of got lucky, though. Kind of got lucky. The G-Wagon was our closest scare. Whoa! Didn't come to a complete stop. We can technically keep on going. If we had spun it or stopped, we would have been in trouble. Forward momentum must end. Blind turn, can't see if they've got spawning cars coming in. That little ridge kind of hides everything but the biggest vehicles. This is a nice look though down. Fast enough to get a little squirrely even on these sweeping turns. We know that we have somebody on the outside. Somebody coming through the intersection. Get my way, John Deere, with tech on the inside. I hate that mile marker. I can't drive 60. Never know if they're going to go all the way over or come in. You kind of have to. Sad part is right there, you have to complete the turns. And now we're on to the dirt section. These supercars hate dirt. This is glassy. I'm having to make a whole bunch of little adjustments to prevent this to go. I had to get hard on the brakes right there. There was just no way I would have slipped halfway to the power plant. Right now the Taipan is just begging for mercy. Every little thing is a potential left off. Every little turn adds its sense of, is this the part where I'm going to lose it now? Good thing the supercars have good brakes, because when you just need to just mash them. Whoa! Almost got into the fences there. Oh, look at that. Just can't turn under power on the dirt. It just wants to snap over. The big wide body makes that hairpin, that slow hairpin, a hard sell. Even that little lift, geez, it almost carried me into the telephone pole. Cross traffic. Oh, right there, you know, guys. Sweep turn up the hairpins. Here you kind of, no, you can't really. It's just. There we go. A little bit of power to kick out the back to help the turning. Got it right the second time. A little bit of drift, a little bit of oppo. And we have a time on the sevens, low sevens actually. 7:13. I have to get that on the next bus. 7.13. $391. All right. I think I said I was going to do this. Now, the Taipan, we're going to do this on the highway and the Grand Tour. So we will be able to see how, we'll have something to compare the Vigero to on this, the Grand Tour, but we need a set of highway time. So we'll do that first. Where is it? High speed. Oh, it's supposed to be high shift. I gotta change it. High speed. Freeway round. I bet you it'll make me retest it too. And I did do full wide pass because I want to make sure I can use all the freeway when I need to. But since it is a circuit, we will need to use on ramps and off ramps. While GTA 5 does a better job of doing freeways, there's still a little bit of too much lift at the top of them. They're still a little too steep because of the compressed nature of the roadway network to make it completely accurate. There are very few parts of the LA freeway system that are necessarily that steep without being a lot longer. This is this one's pretty fair right here. This is probably actually the most accurate of the freeway changes. Well, this is basically just an oval, so we can just get speed. That's the whole point of supercars, right? Go as fast as you can. Hear that rev limiter just peak. Try gravity. Yeah, gravity didn't do too bad slowing down the Taipan enough to make that turn. Probably could have been a little bit harder into it. Brake a little later. Woo! A little bit of a skip. Kind of want to get past that point. Don't break out the back end because we need the power. Faster. Must go faster. The Taipan is manufactured by Cheval in this case. I don't remember what the real life analog is offhand. I should have looked that up. I think they said it was Hennessy or something like that. I can't remember. But for a car I had to pay exactly 0 ducats for, it was not too bad. I was kind of surprised when I won it. It wasn't necessarily one of the supercars I was looking at, and I'm pretty much a vapid man. I was looking at the FMJ, but I'm certainly not displeased with its performance. For 0 ducats, it's a good bargain. All right. On the highway, did the whole circuit twice in 254073. Might actually be a bit of a better time than my test motorcycle run. That was pretty surprising. So now we have to compare it to the Vigero on the Grand Tour. Now there are some cars we can't test. We use that question mark to plug in something. We'll see if we can find something. Because they did figure out a system to do those cars. We can't. Only though on the test course. Standard, super, everything else is fine. Now, the idea behind supercars is, you know, there's supposed to be these big, powerful luxury sports performance, high turning things. They're supposed to whip around European mountain roads. I am having to be on the brakes a lot more than I was on the Vigero. Oh, let me handle that a little bit better. Get a little brake out there with the tail around. I don't know if I'm faster there or not. Got that turn though. I'll admit, I'm not being that brave the first one because I really never... Well, the only supercar I've taken through this so far is the Bullet. No, honestly, I don't remember that. I did most of my testing in sports. Alright. I get, since I'm in between ones, I get the next check mark where I gotta reset. I gotta reset. Yeah, that's a very challenging corner, and because the suspension doesn't have any traverse, once I popped up, I lost all control. The sweepers, it doesn't, you don't really have to brake, you just kind of have to let up. I was trying to get fancy there. Make up some time. I really think that on a course like this, you need to have some traverse in your suspension. I really think that the sports and I don't think the muscle cars are going to take it, but I do think the sports cars and maybe even some of the sports classics that have, you know, nice, more comfy suspensions are going to really nail this. I think our big one is probably, I'm betting that probably the easiest one to get around. I'm going to guess is the one based on, I can't remember what it is, the Pigali. The Pigali, that's it. I did remember. I'm going to be willing to bet the Pigali is just going to sail through this. A little bit of a lift because I knew we were going to fly, but still very, very quick. That's just a fast corner. Any car that can't handle it is probably the trophy truck. Or it's going to look at that little thing and the suspension is going to go, ooh, bouncy, bouncy. Not the Trevor sads. You bad boy. Jeez, even that little lip. Jeez, just... Well, that's why I made these tracks. They've got a little bit of everything. It's something to challenge every car on the list, I think. And while my own driving skills sometimes aren't the best, I don't think I let that one down that much as it let down me. So on a big, wide highway, obviously, you want all that power and that rev limiter. Just you can't go wrong with the Taipan. That was a quick circuit. But on a Grand Tour, you just want something a little softer. Oh, I didn't even get there. I'm not even writing this down. 155,338. 155,338. I really wish they had more time. I wish timer, you know, but I get it, it's an online thing, they don't want to take up server time, and if you're doing a job, but I think, you know, just people testing. I know, you have a bounty because somebody has decided to waste money on you because for some reason they know you were on and you can't do anything. And never mind. Alright. So, what we can do is because the test route is actually a traffic test route. We can set this to a GTA race. We can go find one of those cars we normally couldn't race. So we'll just leave that there. Cloudy. Traffic default. And we're going to go find a car. Doesn't matter what we pick, so we'll just pick this Dominator. And we're going to go find a car. What we'll do is we'll come back to the race start, and whatever minutes we're on, we'll wait till it's flat and just subtract it. Now, I want to get really lucky here. There's this particular car I really would want. Well, I meant to skip that. Well, you know what? We got pretty lucky. It's right there. I wanted one of the trucks. We got a Bobcat. Yes, I know. I'm taking your stuff. Okay, we have got now with this, we cannot reset. So that's the advantage these ones get. No matter how much I mess this car up, it's ride or die all the way. So we are actually going to get a test of the Bobcat. I was really surprised. I was thinking I might even find, lately I've been finding taco trucks like crazy. I thought we'd do the taco truck. Now respawning will cause me to get back into Dominator. We don't want that. So we will go at 2 minutes. So whatever time we get, we got to subtract 2 minutes from. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Punch it! With all the might that the Vapid Bobcat has. I'm going to be honest with you, real life Vapid Bobcats have more power than this. I've seen some, I'm sorry, but you know, most V8 trucks, once you stomp on the gas after about 1985, stuff happens. Oh, look at that big old lift, but look at that suspension. Reach down, grab some earth. The suspension extends and the tires say welcome to earth. This is about the maximum speed for this. They really need a Bobcat Lightning just to mess with our heads. Oh, but there is no turning. None. Nope. 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 I don't think this is going to do the sharp corners very well, boys and girls. These big sweeping turns, well, what really has a problem with an unlimited turn radius? I'm sorry, I forget the dune's a thing in this game. I'm sorry, most trucks handle better than this. Even 80s trucks. My buddy had an 89 F-150 and it hauled some serious stuff, and it only had the 302. It didn't have the 350. Which I think the 350 is a little slower. The 302 had the better weight power balance. It wouldn't be a truck race though if I didn't take a swig of my coffee off the dashboard. If I didn't drive left-handed with this, I would have my arm on my armrest pretending it was hanging out the window. Whoa! Little sneak, little sneak. But we're in a big old truck. We don't care if that little car gives us a tap. It bounces back. It steps off. It shows respect. But if we were racing that little car, it'd probably be like already in, like, you know, at the finish line. Oh, no! Don't do that. That's cold. That's cold. Gotta get by the Landstalker. Oncoming. Was that Emperor? You know it's. Gotta take that turn with deliberateness. I'm not gonna say slow. I'm gonna say deliberate, which is merely an excuse for slow. All right. Up the twisty turns, looking for cross traffic. Hey, 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 get off, FJ. Stupid Toyota trying to, I'm sorry, Karen, BJ, trying to ruin our time. Not like we're doing not doing a fine job of doing that on our own. The big sweeping pickup truck, the ultimate Grand Tourer. Actually, be honest with you, most trucks nowadays have such buttery smooth suspensions that they actually don't make for, well, actually, most of them have always made great for highway cruisers. That turn is about as wide as I can handle. Good evening, Aurora. Thanks for coming in on the last of our races. We're in a big old Bobcat trying to get it away around of our high shift test track here. We gotta get past the camper. These big turns are fine for the truck, but even then, we're not going to carry a lot of speed through here. Obviously, we're not going to try to do a quick little duck in, although it'd been fun to just totally annihilate that dilettante. It's been hilarious. Lol. That intersection actually doesn't give us much trouble with cross traffic. I don't know why. It's this intersection that's absolutely brutal, but we got lucky. Guys going in, not coming out. And on to the dirt. No, it's a time trial. Time attack. Not a race. Not a race. I'm trying to set up high shift racing. That's what I posted about in with Big Ed's Discord. But until then, I am testing out the vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm trying to get into some racing, but it is what it is. Everybody who gets Grand Theft Auto, especially in Big Ed Discord or Vegan Pants' Discord, or whatever, you know. Yeah, we're in a lot of Discords now. More than I thought I would be. Or those few people that are in the Cavalier Cavalry Discord. I would love to set up online GTA 5 style racing. But until then, I will test out the vehicles and find out which ones are preferable. And this Bobcat is now on dirt, and unlike the Taipan, the supercar, it likes the rough stuff. Going around that turn, there seemed to be a little extra grip. It's not especially fast, but it never has been, but it doesn't significantly slow down on this part of the course either. So technically we're making up time on the Taipan, but not against the Vigero. The Vigero's kind of, whoa, 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 little two-wheel action there. Too much grip, actually. Kind of grabbed on the inside. Oh, we can't afford to lose the truck. Because if we lose the truck, then we can't do the race. Because this truck does not spawn in races. We had to get this off the street. So it does not like any outside camper on the turns, which is not to be surprised because, you know, it's a little bit on the top heavy, so we'll take it easy over this. Hey, somebody talked, so my bot went off. Sure, remember that. Whoa, cross traffic finally almost gave us just a touch of a scare there. I certainly didn't see that coming. And into the hairpin turns where I'm sure this will absolutely blow chunks. Although the time is actually not going to be that bad. Not really going to be that bad. I was expecting this to gonna be more like reading in the low 11s. Well, it looks like we're gonna come in just on the high 10s. Just a couple more turns. Can we do this in half a minute? And all right, under 10:40, which is actually an 8:40 because we started 2 minutes in. Bobcat. 8. Gotta wait. 8. 39,471. Alright, so let's see where that puts us. Well, the Bobcat is still slower than the Dilettante, the Prius, so I should have smacked it. The Prius analog. Yeah, someone is putting a bounty on me. I'm such a horrible, horrible person. Hey, look at this. They actually gave us a Sand King for our rental car. Neat. Let me get out of this guy's way. Come on, stop. Stop! There we go. Alright, so we are going to add times to the list. So our first time we have to add is the Taipan at 7:13, so just after the Akuma, which is a motorcycle. I'm going to spell it Taipan, like the Chinese big shot thing. And it had a time of 7, not L, 713.391, which is good enough to give us it's now our fastest car and our second fastest vehicle overall. I'm looking in the wrong part, that's what it is. Alright, next up we have the Vigero, which is just a little bit slower than the Sabre Turbo. And I think I kind of let the Sabre Turbo down. But what can I do? Vigero. It's easier to do it this way. Is an 802. 802,454. Like its engine, a 454. And unfortunately, not being able to beat the Dilettante, unfortunately, is the Bobcat. I hate to see anything come in afterwards. Also in an 8 in the 8 area. 8, not L, and not on that side of the 8. 8, 39, 471. So that's our list as it stands now. Definitely, yeah, you can expect always the motorcycles to be doing the best, I think. I mean, what you gonna do, right? They're motorcycles. They've got more maneuverability. They can get out of trouble quicker. They have higher acceleration. Some of them have ridiculously high top speeds. The Akuma's actually one of the slower ones, but it's definitely one of the fastest accelerating and the most maneuverable. It's really hard to wreck an Akuma. So the Taipan, being the supercar, we expect its high acceleration and massive power to help lead the list. And since it's a combo of all types of terrain in GTA 5, we would expect it to do better on the tarmac, and maybe the dirt doesn't hurt it so much. The surprising one, of course, I think, would be the fact that now it's a muscle car thing, and all the muscle cars, you never know which way they're going to react. Let's put it that way. And the Vigero here, I really thought that its better maneuverability would give it an edge on the Sabre Turbo, but there's something to be said for raw traction and power. That and sliding around is just good fun. Alright, well with that I'm going to bring a high shift to an end. We tested 3 cars and we did it on 3 cars and 2 of them on all 3 tracks. So with that, I wish everybody a great night and hope to see you on High Shift. We're going to try to do this every other week. I've been really tired. So hopefully in 2 weeks on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Have a great night.